the Sarlacc Digest, the long-running live stream podcast digesting Star Wars topics for over 1,000 years. Join them for all the latest news, rumors, and theory crafting with none of the drama or the bull. Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. And don't forget the Sarlacc Toy Chest, covering all the newest Star Wars toy releases and news from Hasbro, Hot Toys, Jakks Pacific, and more. Live every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there and keep it nerdy.
For thousands of years, man has been searching for the ultimate prize. Now, you can complete that quest at Holy Grail Toys. Buy and sell with less fees than eBay. Vintage, boutique, and elusive items are all you'll discover at Holy Grail Toys. Find yours.
PlasticNews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. PlasticNews.com. Don't forget the IQ. PlasticNews.com.
You're watching a syndicate program.
Well, now that the technical problems are done, technically we're ready to go. What's up? Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I am your lovely, gorgeous host, Chet Maddox, along with my sexy, esteemed partner and co-host, Alexander Thunderous Storm. Good morning and good afternoon, sir. How are you doing on this Good Morning Toy Box?
Hey, good morning to you, man. Hey, to all our guys that's watching this on the other networks, we're still having issues. So if you're watching this on YouTube, we're good. You know, X, we're good, but a couple other ones, we're not. It's not working right. So I don't know what's going on this morning.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, look, we're here, and as always, this is just a prep show. Tonight, we're going live at 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern with Pixel Plastic Inc., and it is going to be a fantastic show.
Absolutely.
This is your weekend review, and we're running a little bit late, so let's jump in.
Hey, well, I guess we're already rolling through back on that one. You all right, man?
Yeah, no, what happened is Steve pressed the wrong one.
I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night to the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel good.
There it is.
There you go.
Now we're good to go.
I love Steve, but I don't know, man. He's
Hey,
like Wednesday, he got it going good. I got to give him credit for that. He was no messes up and everything. And then Friday morning and everything else like that. But he did tell me that his alarm clock went sideways. So
Hey,
yeah.
Real Rhino, thanks for renewing the membership. I know you said there's some issues in there. Want to appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So Steve, get it together this morning, brother. Get it together, or this
Steve,
afternoon where he's at. Get it together.
I mean, you got to do something, man. Because tonight, I'm telling you, tonight.
Yeah. Ratty gonna have that tonight. Hey, let's hit up the old mailbag and get everybody in and everything else like that. Welcome to Good Morning Toy Box. That's right, for January 23rd, and we're gonna hit it up with Rhino Hobbies. Good morning to you, Rhino. Got Max Rebo Experience, launch time or lunchtime. We'll see what it's gonna be. If you don't want some, better be some. Good morning, collectors. Happy Friday.
By the way, there is a comment a little bit further down where B-Sum said he needs you to finalize that so he can quote it correctly.
I know. Hey, Dark Moocher, the best damn Star Wars show on the planet. If you didn't watch Wednesday's show, you missed a good one. Good one.
It was real good.
The Real Rhino. Good morning to you, sir. Hey, my plastic addict friends. Thank you for doing the needful. Well, we tried to do it, man. We tried to do it. Let's see who else we got. Dr. Brentley in the house and everything. Waking up early, going to be working late. All right. That's what I got to tell you. Let's see. Trying to check out who else we got rolling to do. Oh, we got Cassidy this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon.
And if we haven't told you, make sure you go over to Cube Squadron. Sign up. We're trying to get you to 1,500 so we can actually see another cube reveal. If you checked out the Sarlacc toy chest, you saw the 1,000 review, but we want 1,500 to try to do that.
I was thinking about that too. Maybe there's something, I don't know, if Cassidy's interested, but we should try to have Cassidy on Toy Box Chronicles.
We should. Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, we should, most definitely should. So now, hey, with all the technical issues and things like that, I just said, hey, man, we're rolling. But here's the thing that I noticed that the last week, you and the guys from Sarlacc had this thing about the whole Boba Fett, or they like to call him Toba Fett issue.
Boba Fett, yeah.
I will like to say that actually I'll chime myself into it right quick. We'll start off this morning. I actually did get this. Amazon finally delivered this.
Yeah, all right, look at that.
And I'm not having the same issues that Darth Moocher's having. So I think that was just a quality issue. The backpack staying on, or the flight pack staying on all right. Helmet goes good. So, I think that is a QC issue. I would tell him to actually send that back into wherever he picked it back up, because it is a one-off. I'm not having that same problem as well.
Good. That's good to know. Yeah, I was wondering when you were going to get that, man.
Yeah, well, Amazon, they got their ups and downs and everything.
I feel like we ordered it at the same time.
Yeah. Cassie just say he would love to. Yep, absolutely. And Dermooch is saying, I think Steve shit my bet. Yeah.
Probably would not have asked him.
I do know he holds a couple other jobs. I don't know if it's in packing over there at Amazon, but I'm sure he's trying to do that. And the Rural Rhino actually says you can shove the helmet down in the center of that to sit lower. I know it's not supposed to be that way, but it's an option. Yep. No, mine popped in well, right? Yeah, you're right. I had to just do a little bit of a press to get it in right, but once it fit, it fit. So, again, no issues from that. But hey, I guess now, Steve, we can run the weekend review.
Oh, that guy, man.
Yeah. Get it together, Steve. Get it together. We can review. We've been doing this on the other shows, and we're actually going to be doing this right now. We got the for 2026. Got the topic, so if you actually have to go back and watch the replay, you know what's going down. We got some. We're going to run the Marvel Legends this week. We got some hot toy news. A couple of 3-0s. Some NECA. Transformers did drop some stuff we talked about on a Wednesday. If you didn't catch this show, actually catch it in replay. All about the bots. We got Mondo's got 2 MTV icon figures. And Star Wars Black Series release updates. That is from Yak Face, so he's giving us some updates. So we're gonna hit that in. This morning we're gonna roll in. And yesterday, if you didn't have the opportunity to pick this up, you should have, because this is a great figure right here. And a brand new packaging from Marvel Legends. It is the Marvel Legends Abomination, and they are saying that this is gonna be a wave that they're going to be bringing throughout the year. A little bit more of Incredible Hulk. You know, hey, I've said there's probably going to be, you know, I'm sure Doc Samson, a couple other characters that we haven't seen in a while. She-Hulk, I'm sure we're going to get a brand new update to that.
Yeah.
What did you order this, Mr. Maddox?
I did. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I think that this is going to be like a. I want to see how deep they go into the Hulk.
Yeah.
But this just looks like a great figure. I like the bigger, beefier figures. I think the sculpt is really well done.
Yeah.
You know, so look, and you know, it's just something where I know there's a lot of Hulk fans. There's a lot of people live in that world, and I think that this is good. And I like to see how it's funny, because I think this sculpt is so much better than the whatever the Ultimate Series Hulk was. And so I think that, you know, I'm really I have my fingers crossed that they go deep into the lore on this. So yeah, I did get it. Got it over on Amazon for $30.
Okay. Yeah, this is running right now for how much you get it on Amazon for?
$34.
Okay, all right. For some strange reason,
I went to go and look at I went and I looked at the thing and I clicked on the link.
Yeah.
It was $34 and I bought it, and they charge, and so it is $34.
I don't know what's going on with something like that, but right now, if you currently go over to Hasbro Pulse, and it still is up on Hasbro Pulse, so it's available. It's $46.99, so that's a heck of a discount if you do that. I don't know if it's still on Amazon for that price, because I'm sure people should be canceling some orders from a major.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get it on Amazon for that price, that's good. But I got it. It's so, you know.
Yeah, that's it. That's an interesting development. It's the same thing happened when we were talking about that with Hound over on for the studio series for the Transformers. It was on a different price for over on Target, but it was a different price that was over on Hasbro Pulse. So I don't know if the retailers are just throwing in their own kind of like early discounts to move things early, or if it's just a mistake in the whole, you know, QR and the coding and everything else. But take advantage of it. You take advantage of it.
I'm not complaining on that. So
no. And also too, I got to say, this is a premium sculpt, man. You know, like I said, you can look at all the details on the Abomination. And, you know, again, I like this retro packaging. This kind of reminds me of a little bit of, not so much of the packaging, but it looks like the show quality. Remember the Incredible Hulk animated cartoon that was, I think it was in like the 90s. They had that and Iron Man, and I think a Captain America show. Yeah. And it was kind of like a throwback, kind of like more like the Spider-Man animated series.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the packaging like that. It feels like it's very old school, very retro, and I kind of dig that, man.
Yeah, no, I think it's look, it's what's good about this packaging is if you're somebody that is into like inbox collecting, you can see everything that's important that comes with this. It's $46.99 on Amazon now. Well,
yeah, cool. Thanks, Bisa. Yeah, wow. Well, you know, again, if you took advantage of that, take advantage of it. You know, wow. All right, well, we go from that, and then we jump into some something that's not actually $46.99. Jumps up a little bit more price.
Go back real quick to that. Yeah. If you look at this box, I think this is something that Moocher's Lab 3D Printing Extreme Turbo should make as a stand. Like, just make this
box, the outline.
This front of this box right here.
Yeah.
Right? If you just made that box and then also those colors and the Hulk and just this thing. I would buy that. That would be a cool Moocher's Turbo Extreme 3D Printing Extravaganza factory.
Yeah, no, it's looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
We jump from that to Hot Toys. And if you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, this is the biggest fake out. We thought it was going to be a certain character. If you haven't watched the movie, you should watch the movie. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but Johnny Storm shows up, and look, man, I got to tell you, this is a nice. Actually, I have been working on a breakout brick wall. Okay, all right, yeah, that's what we want, brother. This is it. This is maximum, but without being maximum, I give you credit, roll, and get on it, Moocher. That would be awesome.
Everyone
There
just
you go, Cassidy. There you
Yeah.
go. So again, if you're into Hot Toys is they've been kind of on fire, bro. They started off the year with a couple of good ones, and this is this is not short of them doing a really good job, man. Great job on this one. I love the whole fire effects. I like that you can take off of the goods. The good thing about Hot Toys, you give them soft goods, so you can take over the poncho, the flame, everything. This is a really nice one, price wise. 305. Unfortunately, if you didn't pick this up earlier in the week, you have to get on the wait list now, or you got to probably end up buying it from some flipper once they get it, which is going to kind of suck. But this was 305 when it was popped out. Look, Hot Toys, argue what you want to. They're premium figures. They sit on your shelf. They sit in your cabinet extremely well. This is one of the few times where the price is matched. It doesn't look exactly like Chris Evans, but but the fire effects are fire. Yeah. It kind of, again, I noticed certain parts where we were talking about this, why it took them so long to do the Marvel Legends version of the Blade from this movie, because they had someone in the initial movie, they had Hugh Jackman, and then they had actually Ryan Reynolds, but a lot of the other characters, they really didn't come out until like 6 months to a year later. And maybe it's a licensing issue or something going back and forth. I don't know what it is, but you're right. It's like it kind of looks like it, but kind of not. So I don't know if that's into if they did have a license or not. That usually kind of pops itself up. We got the hidden popped in this morning. Hi everyone. Good morning, sir.
Welcome in.
So look, I know you're into a couple of Hot Toys. I know we got some people also that's in the Hot Toys. This one piquing your curiosity on this one, man?
Look, I think that this one is a good figure. I'm with Max Rebo. I don't think I would want him staring at me while I sleep. So I have to turn around. Yeah, I mean, this isn't one that I would pick up, but I totally Judge Dredd, what's up, man? You still got that B1U attached. Yeah, if you got it, like that's fantastic. It's not something that I would grab, especially not at 305 price point. I think the fire effects are top notch. But
yeah, they are. Yeah, and I think this one, even if it's it doesn't quite look totally like them, it's good for toy photography. I'm sure it's going to be some great shots that's done for this, and also I think it's right on level. But yeah, I think they might have missed the mark. I think it might be a little too late to drop some of these figures, because that movie was like in demand last year, and now you kind of got a point of, how much are you really thinking about it anymore? So, it kind of kills when they, take a little time and everything like that. Let's see. Also, Dr. Brentley says also the cloth goods show a big difference between them and everyone else. Absolutely. I was going to I'll say the same thing. It is. When they do something like that, looks like it's ragged, it looks fantastic job on this, man, but it's just not my cup of tea when it comes to this. So we'll move on to the next one. Here it is right here. This is my cup of tea. And I've been kind of like these third-party companies that's been knocking out the G.I. Joes from Haya to now 3-0. They're giving Hasbro a little bit of run for the money. Firefly is one of the great original characters from the line. If you're into G.I. Joe, this is a 12-inch character, so he's going to look great on the shelf. 174. This was still available on Big Bad Toy Store, a couple of places. I think also you could order this from a couple other online vendors as well. This is a fantastic figure, man. I love the accessories he comes with, but this does not look like a 12-inch figure. This looks like almost like a really good 6-inch figure. So the detail that 3.0 does is fantastic, man. I don't know what your belief is on this, but this is
Well,
a
I'm
great
not. Yeah,
addition.
I'm not a fan of the 1/6 scale, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't find this.
Mhm.
But I just wish that this was like I wish this was a 1/12 scale. But look, I love Firefly, and I learned how to spell saboteur from his data file card. Nice.
Mhm.
I think that as technology gets better and production of these starts to get better, you're going to see companies that are going to start giving Hot Toys a run for their money at the 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd said, "I got Firefly V1 and V2. I'm Gucci."
Mhm. Great
So,
characters.
yeah, so I'm excited to see where this goes. We're seeing them do it. We've also seen INART do it. So look, this is good if you're into 1/6 scale and you have a place for that. This would actually fit alongside of your Hot Toys.
Yeah. No, I think it's again, I'm glad they're giving the license out, but some of these ads are really surprising the way it's going, It's one of those aspects where I think it's working in right, and hey, and Judge said y'all early today. We've been doing Good Morning Tour Box for a couple of weeks now, bro. So this is the run-in show for tonight, Pixel Plastic at 7 p.m. So we're the kind of like the morning show to cut off your day. One thing too, if you look down on the ticker and everything, if you had seen it before, we kind of run some news, but actually we're doing something that we taking on from Action Figure Frequency and running over here. You guys can see your ticker if you're in one of the major cities in the United States. Your weather is being ran below the screen right there. So if you're, in the middle of the day, or you're here on the east or the west coast and you're just now getting up, then you can check out your weather now too. So there's a little exit feature that we're doing right there. The hidden states that is why is the Sigma 6 version of Firefly different from this figure? I think because that was more of an animated version, the hidden compared to this.
Yeah.
We've got let's see, it's just that it seems that all of these companies make the same thing at all the time. I don't know if it's there may be maybe a license agreement. They're only allowed so many characters from the pool because Hasbro's producing some of these and they want to get the first shot. That's something that you're probably gonna have to, we'll probably have to figure out and ask the point of this. Max Rebo is running for this. Chet brings up a good point with tariffs and the shipping problem with the extra cost. These bigger figures, scale figures, make it easier for companies to keep these things profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And Judge Dress said it's the wrong scale for me. Yeah, a lot of people don't want these larger items. Look, we're all talking about shelf space. This actually does take up primarily a very good chunk of your space.
Yeah.
So I can see that well, but it is, again, I will say that Max Rebo, you did bring up one aspect about the pricing. And yeah, if you're going to pay for tariffs and things like that, it does make sense for a bigger figure other than paying a very large amount of money for something smaller. So, I think that's going to be a little bit of problem that we're going to see through some of the other imports. Yeah, I'm out of space too. Yeah, it's either there's a point where you get to that level where you're out of space, and you know what you start doing? You start thinking in your collection, do I really need this? Can I actually, take this out of the collection? Have, maybe sell it to get something else I want? It is a dilemma that now we're constantly facing. And I got to say, about maybe 3 years ago, I wasn't facing that same thing.
Yeah.
My collecting's only ramped up. What about yourself, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think there it's. I think collecting is look. I think 2026 is gonna be good, but I think the person that'll win is the one that makes them affordable for people. I think that Big Bad needs to be careful because Big Bad is becoming known for overcharging people for things.
Yeah.
So I think they need to be careful. I have been going through a lot of the stuff that I collect that used to make me excited to collect, and I just am at the point where it's like, like the whole Switch has made it so that I'm very like specific on what I'm collecting now, and then
Yeah.
some of the stuff that I used to collect, I just am not interested anymore. So,
Yeah.
Vintage toys for me always have a place in my heart, so that's different. But I think with these modern figs, I think people are gonna put modern figures through scrutiny that doesn't happen with vintage toys. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So if you're on the right side of the scrutiny, that's good for you. If you're not, then that's going to be a problem. Judge said the China stuff I buy is like twice what it normally would cost because tariffs. Yeah. Well, the thing is too is to be mindful, like expand the horizons. And I know over on the Syndicate Discord, if you're in there, there's a lot of links for other sites outside of the normal ones. We know like that or Amazon. There's a lot of the guys in there like Vig, Skelly, all those guys, like they all know where to get like the China figures for super cheap. So where if it's like 160 on Big Bad, you could get it from a third party site for like 110. So that is the issue, right? Is like these bigger like imports, while they may be better, the companies that get them are actually charging way too much because they just want to. I don't know why, but I know the Big Bad right now is like, I know Big Bad is kind of like under this thing of like, oh well, they'll just charge their tariff cost, which is like 3 times the amount of anyone else.
Yeah. It's since I'm only buying 1 or 2 figs a month, very selective. I think, absolutely. And he also states he's buying straight from China. So I think you've definitely got to move in that direction a little bit more. And I do think you're right about Big Bad. We used to have like the bad contributors on that was more Entertainment Earth, and now that's not being the case. Now Big Bad, and I understand, you got a company, you got a warehouse, you got space. But I think passing it on too much to the customers is going to end up getting you into a little bit of trouble with them. I love the size, but let's call them what they are. Man boobies. yeah. I'm not going to say the Marbies today, but again, I come from that original size when I grew up, real rhino. So I don't know. I'm used to that size. So it just kind of depends. And Judge Jed said that the Many Toys arc I just bought almost 200. Whoa, wow. All right. So we'll roll into it. Also, 3-0. I have noticed this, and I've been checking this out on a couple of forums that I'm on. And the Robotech stuff they're doing is pretty good. And I know, like, last year was their 40th anniversary. So a lot of stuff now they're coming back into mindset. I think also too, some of the Robotech stuff will be now seen on Disney Plus and select regions and everything. So they're really trying to Harmony Gold's really trying to get that product back out to people. This has been Dixon. If you watch the show, look, this is always, this takes me back to just classic nostalgia on just what it is. 159.90, which is, and there's also, this is still available. You can find it. I did check over at Big Bad Toy Store. This was over there. I'm always a fan of this. I don't know if this fits into too many modern collections just with the pricing and everything, but it looks cool, bro.
Yeah, I love Robotech. I've never like I love Robotech in the sense of like it's fun to watch. I think it's cool. It's like if you're into bots and Transformers and things like that, like it's going to be something that you're into. Max Rebo said Robotech is my jam, but man, it's spendy. Yeah, I mean, but we just talked about a $159 GI Joe figure, and then before that a 305 Hot Toy. So that's not, in my opinion, it's like you're paying 159 for something that has 2 forms instead of just 1. So
also with these, I don't know in the secondary market, I don't know if there's any any kind of like real deals they had, because I know a lot of the 3-0 stuff, pricing wise doesn't come down. So I don't know if this is like, this it's prime to just purchase it now because it'll be jacked up later, but I don't know if you're going to find a better one. Ben Dixon's death was more hurtful than Prime's and everything. It was a shock as a kid. I will tell you that. One thing about Carl Massett and the way he, chopped up the entire Robotech saga, it meant something. It was a lot of the early deaths and things like that that happened. Roy Folkers, the kind of stuff that happened on the show, it just didn't happen when we were kids. So, or at least it didn't happen for me. I will stay. Let's see. What was the relationship between Robotech and Macross, if any? They're the same line. It's just that over here, Carl Massett chopped up the show to Hidden. So it's basically 3 other series that he made into one. So it's Macross on over in Japan and everything else like that. And then I know you asked a question about was it true about Sony? Those rumors is not just Sony. For about the last 20 years, there's been rumors about them making a movie. So I don't know if that's ever going to get done. It depends on, you're probably going to need a really good filmmaker to really knock that out of the box, because I think that lives in people's minds a little differently than that. And not into Transformers myself. There you go. And said, yeah, if Harmony Gold took 3 separate animes, including Macross, and combined them into one story. Yep, Max Rebo, they did.
Yeah.
So again, man, I think what Carl Massett did over here is very meaningful, and the Robotech has its own thing. I think overseas it's completely different, but I think that fans still love the Veritex and the transformation bots in this. It's classic. It's a great look. We'll be bringing you more of what 3Zero's doing because they are doing some pretty good work. We're gonna jump over to this one. I know you've bought some of these figures from the Sesame Street, and NECA actually brings out, if you got a collection, this is the one that you definitely need if you're into the Sesame Street purchasing of it. But you can't go wrong with Big Bird, bro.
Yeah, he's a little pricey for me, but I understand it.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this figure so much.
Mhm.
He's great. Look, I think there's only 3 other ones you need, right? Is it 3? I know there's like the Count. There's
I think did they do? I think they've done the Count. I think they've done Oscar.
They haven't done
Haven't they? They haven't done Oscar. Okay. What was it? Which one was it? Was it Grover? They've done.
It's
Well,
either way around. This is a good figure. I think it's on the price set. It's like $60 or something like that.
yeah, it's $59.99. Still available as well. You can still pick them up.
Yeah, but he's cool. Big Bird's awesome.
Yeah, it comes with a couple of different looks too. You can put the little tie on him. He comes with, of course, some items, everything. I'm sure this is probably a larger figure than the normal versions that they had because he's a little taller.
I like his alternative head too. It's pretty awesome.
And he's also got 30 parts of articulation, which is that's really good for a character. Yeah, the Grouch, the Count, Grover, Snuffles, and Elmo. Yeah.
Did they make all those? Because Oscar the Grouch I would have bought. I don't remember them making that.
Well, like I said again, I'm sure somebody in the chat will let us know. They did Bert and Ernie. Okay, all right. So yeah, maybe I know NECA because I think there's 2 competing lines. It's not just NECA, but I think also Super 7's doing some of the Sesame Street stuff. So maybe that's where the confusion might be as well.
Yeah,
because they've been kind of pulling in. But yeah, again, this one's still available. It's from NECA. It's going to come with the NECA boxes too. So if you're an inbox collector, this is gonna work. The Real Rhino says they still need to do them. They only did Bert and Ernie. Okay, all right. So those are the ones. All right. So yeah, they can catch up on some stuff. So they're very early in the line of that. So that's also a good thing too, because if you're starting off, you definitely want to be there. Dr. Brentley says if he's 60, Snuffleupagus would be about at least 100.
Has to be
that's a big character.
NECA pricing, so
yeah,
has to be 100. I think Big Bird was one of my favorites. Oscar
Yeah.
the Grouch is my absolute favorite. That's one
Mhm.
that's like, yeah, whatever it costs is fine. I want it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we'll roll into we were talking about this. If you didn't catch Wednesday's Toybox Chronicles, we were talking about what we thought 2026 had in store for the Transformers. And we were saying absolutely Studio Series is going to be heating up all this year. And this is Scourge. And of course, Scully will point this out if he was here. But it was one thing was that we know this is just a retread. They've done this character before. They changed the packaging a little bit, but this is basically just a repackaged character. Hey, good morning, Scully. We are just talking about you, brother. But hey man, great one. Great figure though. If you didn't get them the first time, which you can still get the first one though.
Also,
So
if you're a member coming over on YouTube, but if you're a member of the Syndicate Discord,
mhm.
Eyes for Power just posted a site where you can get the INART Batman 112 scale pre-order. That link is popping over, but it is available right now. So,
Oh, absolutely.
that's a big buy for most people. Anyways, yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this one, and I think I personally like the original box more.
Yeah, well, yep. I think you're right on that. But again, 40th anniversary, they're going to change the boxing. They're going to do some stuff. It's going to be a little different. So I can understand it too. They also probably don't want it to look like it's a retread. So changing the box may get you in the store and just like, oh, all right, 40th anniversary it changes your mindset when you see the anniversary kind of thing on it. And the so it's a legacy box. Yeah, it's a little bit different, man. So they've kind of done a couple of things that's a little different. See, Odd Frog saying what's up to Scully, but hey, welcome in. Yeah, check them out though. This one's still readily available. It's not hard to get, and also the first release is still readily available as well. So this is not going to be one, and I got a feeling that they're going to be, pulling this out time and time again and everything else like that. And yeah, they are Jedi marketing tricks. That's exactly what they're doing. It's like these are not the packages that you thought you were.
Yeah, this is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't look like the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Also from that same one too, another drop of this week was Thundercracker, and Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker. These are three essential of the G1s that you need in your collection. And these are, again, it's another Studio Series version of it. Looks pretty good, man. Again, I've always loved these, and Commander Blythe will point out they're not F-14; these are F-15s. So I remember that one. So again, great looking characters, still also readily available as well. Not hard to track down. Loving the 40th anniversary though. If you didn't get some of these the first time around, it's kind of cool to actually just re-up your collection. The thing I also like is that every time they do this, they end up changing the technology a little bit, but it goes into the better. If you look at the original G1s, a lot of the characters didn't look like the animated show versions. They
Yeah.
just didn't have that kind of technology. Now they're running into it and they're being able to make Transformers that are screen accurate.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciate a little bit, especially with the Studio Series, man. And I know you're a big Studio Series fan collector as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Studio Series for me, like Studio 86, I think it's great. I am very specific. I do like Studio 86 specifically. Although if I'm gonna buy one, like a Studio Series is what I'll end up going with. But this is a great Thundercracker. I mean, it looks good. I was at when we were at Geeking Out.
Mm-hmm.
It took everything inside of me, but this guy had all of these in the G1 form, and I almost bought all three because they're awesome in G1 because they're heavy. They're made out of metal. But I mean I didn't. So I think I showed restraint until the other night after Toy Box Chronicles when I did not show restraint.
Well, that wasn't that bad, but
Yeah.
here's the thing that I will say too is that sometimes when they do these reissues or the newer update ones, they have a chance of hurting the original line. That's not the case with Transformers.
No, not at all.
We were at we were at a Geeking Out, and we've been to a couple of toy shows. The G1s are holding their price. They're
Yeah.
not just dropping in price. Is like, they're matter of fact and everything. A lot of people are asking, like, a little bit up in pricing on some of the G1s that are not quite the pricing that they should be. So you got to be careful if you go into shows, because some of them will be a little bit overpriced. And I know that there is a app that will help you just get through the whole weeds of should you be paying for that price or not, right, Mr. Maddox?
Yeah, that's right. I think there's some people that, whether or not if you, sorry, I think what's important is a lot of people go into these shows and they do the, from both perspectives, right? The seller, and then you also have the buyer of just wanting to go back and forth on like prices and trying to do it. And so then you have everybody that goes and they look into like how much everything costs. So they go to eBay and then they look at it and they do comps, and you have to switch and go into like different categories. And that's why Toy Hunter is probably the number one go-to app for that. Currently in beta, Android coming out soon. But Toy Hunter is everything that you need to collect like a pro. It does eBay searching and eBay Live and sold completed searching within the app. So when you're there, you can see your low, medium, and high prices. It's working with conventions. Toy Hunter's working on becoming integrated with your favorite conventions, showing you the floor maps and working with the vendors there to unlock specific like badges. You can see they work with ticket tailors, show clicks, a bunch of FAQs, so you can get in on it now while it's early. Download that. The Android app is coming soon, so more to come on that, and you can find out a lot about that in the Syndicate Discord. But it does help when you're coming across trying to figure out the pricing for everything. I tested it at Geeking Out and ended up saving over $300, and I was able to actually negotiate prices on some things using the app, and there was no contest, because it was like, here's what they're listed live on eBay, here's the last like 10 sold completed versions of that, and we were able to come into like a $70 difference agreement. Judge Judd says, I do have my eye on T-Rex Megatron. Yeah.
Yep. Understand it. Yeah, well, again, man, you it's always good to know what it's worth. It gives you a balancement when you're talking to people. You don't want to go into some of these conventions and nothing makes you feel worse when you find out you overpaid for something.
Yeah.
It has a way of just kind of doing, it kind of just sucks the life out of you. You enjoyed the product, you thought you got it for a fair price, you get it home, you find out you under overpaid for it, and then it just doesn't sit well with you. So again, it's always nice to have something that balances and keeps that.
Yeah, Judge, I think
buy a lot from on toys on eBay.
Yeah, I think a lot of people buy toys on eBay. Toy Hunter is about the negotiation piece and then also knowing what your collection's worth. But talking with everybody on Toy Hunter, they are going to be doing ultimately. There's a trade version that's going to be implemented where you can trade with people. So if you see in the feed someone added something to their collection, you can say that you're interested in it. You'll be able to buy that from them, and it works and gets rid of like a lot of the eBay fees you're used to paying, and also having to pay as a seller. So Odd Frog seems to think Toy Hunter is epic.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong by that.
Yeah, he's not.
So,
I do want to say what Judge Dredd is saying. I do want a T-Rex Megatron.
Yeah. Absolutely. Again, a couple of new features that again we're rolling at. You see it on the bottom of the screen. Giving you a little bit of weather reports in your area right there. So want to keep you guys up to date. If somebody is making that trek into work right now, you'll see it. We may be working on some traffic too. You never know. We're just trying to get you guys into the morning feel, because this is a morning show. And if you watch this now, make sure you watch this later on tonight on Pixel Plastic and Ink at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good Morning Toy Box is the lead-in show to Pixel Plastic Inc. Is it what's the site for Toy Hunter? Actually, you take off the there you go, right up there, put it on the screen. Take off the ED is unimportant in Toy Hunter.
It's not needed.
Right there. And Oddfrog says, yeah, is that I don't sell my toys, but I love that I can catalog my collection. And that's what it's about too, man. Sometimes it's knowing what you have, man. Because I know as well, a lot of us actually have, like, toys. We put some stuff that's into, hey, good morning, sir, Marvin, what's going on? We put some stuff into, like, into storage, and you don't know exactly what you have, and then you're going through it or something. Also, it helps too, because I know as a collector, you're constantly changing your collection. And the one thing that I have done, especially with Classified, is I have foolishly ended up buying a figure and it's somewhere in the storage box. And then I ended up like at a show and I bought another figure, and I'm like, oh man, I got two of these. So you normally either, sell or to give it away to somebody.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but here's like the main screen for Toy Hunter.
Yeah.
And then your collections, you can build out however many different collections you want to build out. The thing that I love about Toy Hunter is they have what they've done is they've integrated like gamification. So like as you're going like and you add things to your collection, you could like level up on your collection. But then that's they're also partnered with, or they're working out a partnership with Holy Grail Toys. So depending on what badges you unlock and their location badges, things for like adding to your collection, finding really rare, like if you buy, I know there's one in there, I don't know what it's for, but I know there's one in there for Dino Riders. So if you buy a specific Dino Rider, add it to your collection, verified, it unlocks your badge. Like, so there's a lot of things that happen in Toy Hunter, and eventually the levels you get will start giving discounts on Holy Grail Toys or partnerships. Toylanta, they're working on the integration with Toylanta, hopefully for this year, if not for sure by next year. But it's it's great, it's awesome. The gamification part is rad. So B-Sum said Toy Hunter is going to help me from buying two of the same collectible, which may or may have not happened before. I think it's fair to say that it has definitely happened before with me. Absolutely. So
absolutely. Yep. And two, again, also just to let you know, because I do know we do have sponsors, so it's always good to let them know. But also Plastic News, if you're the information that you're seeing, whether it's weather, whether it's your toy information, all your entertainment news and every trusted news source, plasticnews.com. Head over. They got some new articles. Yesterday they were on fire, man. They had everything from the Motu stuff that dropped, from the Abomination stuff that dropped, to the Darth Maul, Shadow Lord stuff. So they're on it over there, so you can get your stuff. And actually, Plastic News will also have a feed. They partnered up with Toy Hunter, so they'll have a feed so you can actually see your toy news on Toy Hunter as well. So again, it's an app for everything that's used in there. And Marvin said, "I will be at Toy Atlanta. We will see you at Toy Atlanta, sir."
Yeah, I mean, we are the official live streamers for Toy Atlanta. So we will be doing quite a few live streams at Toy Atlanta. If you haven't watched it before, we do live streams where we have Recon Rad, where he goes out and we take requests from the audience of like what to see, and he'll go and we'll patch him in, and you can see everything's going on. Mr. Commander of the Blyes, welcome in, sir. Good to see you. Moving on.
Absolutely.
This Mondo one, man. This is when I saw this, I was like, all right, I am still on the fence, and I know I need to make a decision soon, but this is one that's like, hit pretty hard. Like I think that this is great. I actually have the one that is like TP for my bunghole. Like I actually have the cell from that. I think it's I have it up on my, but it's actually when I worked at the Apple Store, I helped Mike Judd. And he came in the next day and gave me like a cell with a certificate from Beavis and Butthead. So it's like that's one of my favorite things. So I'm kind of I'm not really on the fence about this. You need to buy it.
Well, I like the accessories on it. Comes with the couch, comes with the roller toy sweeper, comes with and then obviously able to television, everything else. This is just, look, if you remember, which we all know, MTV, c'est la vie to them. They're gone, but they still live on with two of their biggest ambassadors through the channel. I think this is a really fun set. I know this is something. This is a bit of nostalgia because you got to understand that a lot of people just don't get these characters because they don't remember these characters. I do know they tried to do a brief comeback and everything. It's, of course, Commander Bly. And again, Zora, you threatening me. There you go. You can hear those all of the catchphrases. This one price, if you go over to Mondo, it is $135 at Mondo, Big Bad Toy Store, like you've been saying, Mr. Maddox. That price is jacked up. It's $145 over there. It is available on both. So this one's not one of those where you got to track it down somehow. Somehow the fact that they look like they were sculpted out of silly putty makes it even better. Yeah. And Commander Bly says that my favorite episode is where they patch judgment on the grasshopper. Is a grasshopper included? No, I don't think in this pack, man. I think, but we know some 3D printers that can make some for you.
Yeah, Butcher's 3D Lab Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Very niche, and I always thought it was a stupid cartoon. It is extremely stupid, and that is why I watched it.
It's just a passive time, but
I felt like my brain was getting too good. I just watched Beavis and Butthead to lose a couple. So.
The interesting fact again, because it is, and I think it is niche, I think that's the reason why it's still available. There are certain newer cartoons that probably would be hard to track down, but again, it's a based on the nostalgia.
But it is stupid. I don't think you can sit there and say it's really well written. It's not. It is brain rot. But if it wasn't for Beavis and Butthead, you also wouldn't have people coming up with ideas like Rick and Morty, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Ren and Stimpy as well. And for those of you who don't know, you should watch Ren and Stimpy now in your older age, and then figure out how the hell that was allowed to be on Nickelodeon for your kids.
Yeah, that was. I think that wasn't that Nick at Night or something. They had
that
later.
It was
during the day.
It was regular Nickelodeon, and then also the problem with Ren and Stimpy is they also have an uncut version of Ren and Stimpy.
I know those. Yeah, I've seen those.
That is like I sit there and I was like, I don't know how I was allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy as a kid.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's cool, it's great, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Well, we're rolling that. Then a couple of key things. Again, our source, Jackface, actually wanted to put this up. If you were looking for a couple of figures, new change to the day of some of the Black Series figures. You've got if you're into the Quinlan or the Kyle or the one of the Inquisitors, you're going to have to not wait as long. They're going to be dropping in on February 26th. So, and then you and I both know that this is one of those things that Hasbro does countless time after time. When they say one price and they say one date, things change. So if you think that they tell you, hey, it's going to be out in April and everything, you better expect February for that day to drop. So if you're looking for these and the early time period pops up, great, you feel good. But I know the way that Hasbro does it, when they start dropping, it usually drops into your books and you're not expecting it for it to hit early. So make sure if you need to transfer funds or if you need to, do some early cancellations because you were not expecting this come at this pricing, now's your time for you to actually be able to do that. So, you don't get any bad overdraft fees or anything like that, because Hasbro is good for doing that, man. And let's see. Hey, what's up, Senny? He says, yeah, he needs that. Yep. I think everybody does.
I forgot about the Inquisitor, man. I think I'm gonna get that one.
I think with the Black Series has done a really good job with the Inquisitors. Again, Quaylen, I'm on the defense on, because I also like the whole lightsaber effects. I'm glad they're including those now too. So
yeah, Real Rhino. I knew what you were talking about. Tipper Gore was the reason why everything collapsed. So, but again, we could get into that on members only chat. Yeah, look, I just I forgot. I totally forgot about this Inquisitor.
Yeah, it's coming up there. Also, be some said, yeah, these are early inventory drops from Amazon. Hurt. Yep. I'm not going to disagree with you, man, because again, you think you set a certain allotment of fees and pricings, and you're like, hey, you know what? And then when they drop it in early, and then usually if you've ordered something from another competitor or something, or like from another line, then it's also dropping at the same time. So I think they've got to figure out a way where they've got to get you more accurate days when they're actually, putting this stuff for pre-order, because it is hurting. Because I know December was a detriment to anybody that ordered from Hasbro, whatever line it was. Everything dropped almost at once.
Well, here's the thing that's annoying as shit to me. So, okay, if you go into Target or Walmart and you see a figure that shouldn't be out on the pegs, and you go to buy it, right?
Yeah.
One thing that happens, you take it up, you go to ring it up, and then they say, "Oh, it's not street dated," so they don't let you buy it. But
Yes.
yet somebody messed up and they put it on the hook. So, like, why can't I buy it if you put it out, right? And it's like, oh, well, our system doesn't allow it. To the same tone, I think that Hasbro can enforce when you're allowed to sell it or not. And if you've consistently oversold, I think that they should think about it. Now, the problem is that while that is the like ideal situation, that is not what drives decisions. What drives decisions is that Hasbro doesn't give a shit because Amazon is just making them money. So they don't care when Amazon releases it. And the same should be said, fine, then same should be said for retail. Amazon is my go-to if they get it first. And that's the thing. I think everyone eventually wants it. Can't beat free delivery and get it quick. No, you can't. And that's a problem. And remember that is it. Like Amazon is the exact reason why we lost Toys R Us in the first place.
Mm.
So it's like I think that they need to be very, very cognizant of like these release dates. And if you're going to hold one person accountable to it, like I think it should be held accountable. TD3 Trooper, what is up? How's it going, man? Welcome in. But I think that they need to. I think if it's street dated for someone, it has to be street dated for everybody. You can't just can't just be like a. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. Is like, if you're going to push it up, like what does the communication look like to your other partners, right? Like to the Walmart exclusives or Targets or whatever. So
also, I'll say that not always is Amazon the first, because again, you've got Boba Fett. I know Dark Moocher's got Solo. A lot of other people. I just got mine like a couple of days ago. So sometimes it is, depending on when you order in the queue, whether you'll get it at a certain point or not. Maybe there's certain times they've got restock issues or things like that. So it's not always, if you're getting it first, it's great. If you're not, it's one of those aspects too. Amazon might be paying Hasbro for an early release, and that's absolutely true, Mac Rebo, because they are a huger company and they probably want to have the point of getting that stock out first. Why does the big box toy store know the street dates? I think
that's a matter of caring, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they do a little differently.
When you buy things at scale, like when you buy wholesale and you're when they're telling you can and can't release it. As someone who's released products and sold them like at wholesale, I've been very adamant. Like, if you release this early, you're going to owe me extra money. Yeah. So it's like they know when it is. It's just a matter of whether or not they care. Because Big Bad also is one of the few companies that just buys like pallets and then stores it and then sells it. So that's why they tend to do their own import fees and tariff fees, because they will pay companies to grab the figures from the port and ship it directly to their warehouse, versus like other people just kind of like play it different. So yeah,
absolutely. Well, like I said, you've heard us mention it, and you saw it in this is a syndicate program. So everybody's asking what the syndicate is. Well, syndicate's not only is it a Discord, but it is the network of us over here, the SKN, the Shadow Nose Network, also a Blitz Transmissions, and the Sarlacc Digest podcast channel. So all three of us are on the Syndicate Network, and also we're in the Syndicate Discord, the fastest growing Discord on the market right now. There's the screenshots. So grab your phones if you got them. If you're on your phone, then just take a screenshot of that as well. Go over to the Syndicate, and there's a link that's in the chat right now. and join the Discord. It's not just talking about Star Wars and everything. We go deep dives on everything. You'd be surprised the conversations, and it's also a place to do the after show conversation. So if you felt like you didn't get enough while the show was going, you can jump over into the Syndicate Discord and keep talking about it. I know there was a hefty one that was going from the Wednesday show that the Sarlacc guys did. So, wow, it was definitely there. Yep. Have your kids and your pets join the Discord too. Yeah.
And then also, just a quick update too. If you are part of the SKN Discord, that is shutting down at the end of the month. So we will no longer have that because we've migrated everything to this one. So make sure you're on there. Smog, what is up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
And Judge Red pointed out that he doesn't have social media only but here. Hey, we'll take it where we can get it, sir. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you being here, and I'm happy that you are out of YouTube jail.
Yes. And also, too, sometimes, hey, a little less social media in your life is a good thing, too.
I have days, I'm going to be honest, that I actually don't use it. And I've got and you've tried to contact me, and you've been like, hey, I need to talk to you. I'm like, sorry, and you're like, yeah, well, you can't turn everything off. Yeah. So we've come into those. So,
well, from there, like I said again, Good Morning Toy Box is the lead-in show into tonight to Pixel Plastic Inc. They got some stuff we're talking about. Super 7, it was.
Let us know. Maybe we can start a GoFundMe for your bail.
Yeah, we'll roll into it. It's like, from the days you're seeing the tiger sharks and everything. Who's got a tiger by the tail? Hold on, tiger sharks. That's right. Chances are we won't probably get a copyright for that one. We use the actual music, dude. So if you don't remember that line, the LJN line from the '87, then you got the updated line that's popping in right now. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Hey, there was some Motu trailer action. That's right. We got to see what He-Man and the Masters of the Universe look like. And guess what? Didn't look bad. We're going to talk about that. Got some Pre-Order Mafia, and McFarlane does make a return back to Pre-Order Mafia. I don't know if it's good or bad. And we got Plastic News on SKN. Got all your trusted news sources. There is a couple of buckets and some other stuff that we'll talk about. It's a very interesting night. The show is hosted by Rad, Dr. Brentley, Mr. Maddox, and myself, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right. You want to get involved in that, get involved in it. It's a very fun show. And then people asking, hey, where can you see it?
Quick shout out real quick. Marvin, welcome to the Syndicate Discord. Thank you for joining.
Oh,
that is
thank
awesome.
you, sir.
Thank
Absolutely. You. Fantastic.
Everyone that's part of it, jump in, say hi to Marvin. Just join. That's great.
Absolutely. Smog does say one aspect. Yeah, the Motor trailer looked rad. Look, extremely hopeful. Extremely hopeful it was.
I gotta give you that. I think Dolph Lundgren did a great job for the time. But I'll be honest with you. Like I was a bit worried, and I'm cautiously optimistic. And I think we should do a Syndicate watch party and see how many people can get together and go to the theater.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. Dolph Lundgren did a terrible job.
Hey,
I'll be honest with you. Like they should publicly take him in the street and beat him for that and the Punisher.
Getting ready to get kicked off the street.
Yeah, I get kicked off all at once. Like I said, bad acting and bad franchising. Is that what that man? Thank God he was able to make it down to Creed and get into that film, because I don't know what was going to say. Maybe thank you, Sylvester Stallone.
No, you're getting ready. You are getting ready to get kicked.
Hey, man. Hey, sorry, brother. Every now and then, truth's got to be spit, man.
Someone who honestly knows the best movie ever, I Come in Peace.
Yeah,
he was peak.
That was peak 1980. But after that, oof.
I was never so afraid of CDs after that movie.
Yeah, well, again, if you were at Geeking Out, you saw us over at Geeking Out. Thanks to everybody that popped in. It's always cool to see people in the wild, as we kind of say. But the next time you get to catch us, it's March 13th through the 15th over at the TF Con. We're going to be botting ourselves to another region over there. So, make sure you head over. It's right over there in Burbank. So make sure you come by and see us.
Important news about TFCom as well. Steve messed up. It's a con, not a com. But at the same time, if you join the Discord, we are going to be creating a channel. If people are looking for things at TFCon, there's a high probability we may be able to pick them up and ship them. So more reasons to join.
Yeah, and then from there, as we said, a couple of people said they're going to be there in the chat. But the 27th through the 29th of March, Toy Atlanta in Duluth, Georgia, we will be there at the Gas South Convention Center. And, again, joining some of our friends, and it's going to be a fun time. If you haven't been to Toy Atlanta, it's a very good show. You'll enjoy yourself. Very community-based show. So it's one of those things where you go and have a good time, meet a lot of, there's a lot of tubers. There's a lot of just good toy collectors. It's like a family reunion every year, man. It's really fun, and it's just there's not any drama and everything. It's just a good show to go to. So if you're out in that area, make sure you stop by, come see us. But if not, don't worry, we will be live remoting from that convention. So we got you covered on that one, man. So look, we've ran through all your weeks and reviews and everything through the toy world. We love to give you guys a little bit of recap for that stuff. If you can't miss it today, hopefully you're at work or you're sitting at home and you're having your breakfast, getting ready to go to work or doing whatever, and you're just loving the toy talk in the morning, because that's what we bring it for. It's a toy talk, but hey, pop in the night and everything to get some toy talk and some all around pop culture talk to end your day. Thank you, Real World Rhino. Love to have you in every morning, and we'd love to have you back tonight. Mr. Maddox, any last words before we go, bro?
Look, no, I mean, I'm excited that we're doing this. I think it's needed. I enjoy it. It's great to hang out and talk about passions. And I just want to remind everyone, it is a passion. It is toys, and we're just growing a community strong between everybody that's in. I bet Storm was president of what?
Of the Clover Lane, man.
Yeah,
I was. You know it.
But look, I think the Syndicate Discord is something that there's a lot of passion behind the three main channels that started it, and we just are blowing it up. If you have a YouTube channel and you join the Discord and you want it to be like a staple, like let us know, hit us up in the Discord. We have mods, everything else like that. Meeks is doing a lot there. So stay tuned. Tonight's going to be awesome. I'm excited to talk about it. Rad and Dr. Brindley always bring like a whole nother aspect to the show. So it's great to get on with friends and go over that. So that's my final thing. If you haven't hit up Toy Hunter, hit up Toy Hunter now. The Android's probably going live this week. I was told it's probably like either Monday or Tuesday, maybe the weekend. Who knows? So with that being said, I don't know. You any final thoughts on your end? Also, the weather's at the bottom too, by the way. So if you guys are trying to figure out, it's dangerous Arctic cold in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
That's real weather reporting right there.
And thank our sponsors, plasticnews.com, Toy Hunter. Everybody out there, man, always a fun show. Like I said, looking forward to you. We'll see you tonight, but also see you next week. Also, run things. Hey, let's just run down the rundown. Toy Chest on Monday over the Sorlak Digest podcast. 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's start your week off with toys. Wednesday, it's us over here at Toy Box Chronicles at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After us, Sorlak Digest podcast, hitting all your Star Wars needs on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday, Good Morning Toy Box, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. I'm sorry, Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Pixel Plastic Inc., 7 p.m. So you got your week. You got your Mondays, your Wednesdays, your Fridays. More shows are being added and everything else like that. Thank you guys for all the great comments and everything. We'll see you tonight. And actually, one thing, you're watching the best. You don't need to watch the rest. This is Good Morning Toy Box.
Hey.